indeed the first race of the sidecar competition, and what a lineup we've got. Marty Baker, of course, comes in place of Richard Biggett, riding number 9, Marty Baker and Shane Cann. The rest of the lineup, Rob Cameron, Mike Cameron, Ivor Matthews, Gary Moon and Steve Dewison. We get underway, and as you can see on the far side, we've got Marty Baker slotting into second place, but it is in the lead Rob Cameron at the moment. Ivor Matthews looking to go around the outside of the one that's first bit. Gary Moon drops in behind Ivor Matthews and follows him around that top end. It is Rob Cameron and first with the lead at the moment. As I say that, it is just at the moment because Ivor Matthews has got right on the outside of their sidecar, pushing hard into that pit bend as we go down the back straight again. We look for Gary Moon to make a move. Steve Dewison at the back at the moment, moves through into 5th place. But as we got Watson come round, got that top end again. Rob Cameron in first bit. Really in control at the moment. They lead as they come past us for the second time. Ivor Matthews right up there trying the inside line this time. Gary Moon now under pressure from Steve Dewison. And Dewison starts to move through on the inside of Gary Moon. Those two together in 3rd place as you go into the top bend for the 3rd time. We look for Rob Cameron again to come past us, leading this field, and a very competitive field it is. All outfits still together at the front. Any one of those 4 could take this first heat of the sidecars. Ivor Matthews again tries to go around the outside on that pit bend. And this time he's up the back straight and he's got the edge going into that top corner. He'll try and cut back across the racing line, but he's not enough room. Driving hard out of that top end, and Rob Cameron's going to get it on the line, I don't know. Well, that was close to the line. We'll look for our line judges on that one because the front wheels were together as they come across the line. A great effort from Ivor Matthews on a tremendous way to start the sidecar competition. And they get underway. He's not made the gate. It is Paul Whitelam that's made the gate and Myles Simmons. So Paul Whitelam and Myles Simmons go into that top corner together. John Halsey back in 3rd place at the moment. Paul Whitelam and Kevin Jones get away now as Myles Simmons chases them down the back straight. To see if there's any mistakes made as those two try and push each other. Oh, John Halsey looks to go round the outside, perhaps going into that top bend. Oh, it was a brave move, and he's cut back underneath, and he's got inside Myles Simmons. So John Halsey has got up into 2nd place. Now he moves closely up to Paul Whitelam and Kevin Jones. Myles Simmons tries to come back at him on the outside of that pit bend, and as they come up towards us, Paul Whitelam has indeed locked it up sideways. All sorts of problems for John Halsey as he goes off into the centre green. He's joined back in 5th place. Well, Paul Whitelam had locked it up completely coming out of that bottom turn. So John Halsey now back in 5th place. Remember, he was top point scorer coming into this semi-final. Ivor Matthews has moved up into 3rd place. He also has been getting quicker as the day has gone on. So the point situation going into this final could be absolutely incredible because they're all taking points off each other. I think Paul Whitelam may have a problem with his machine. It appears to die every so often and rapidly slow. So whether that was the problem that caused him to lock up coming out of this bottom turn, he looks to have got it going, but John Halsey moves on the inside of him now. He's got himself up into 3rd place as he's going to the top, and I hadn't realised it had even finished. Well, we'll wait to see what the official result is then. Santa not quite happy with what he's seeing. Now he seems quite happy. Roger Measor then, right on the inside, looking to make a good start once again. Gary Moon has made a good start. Richard Jenner on the outside, though, has made a better start as Gary Moon persuades Richard Jenner to move over a little bit to make room. On the inside of Gary Moon that was leading, and indeed they went into that 2nd bend, the pit bend at the bottom, and Dave Heath is trying to follow Roger Measor through on the inside. A good scrap between these 3 as Ben Heath goes through on the inside and gets in front of Gary Moon. Going into that in the 2nd spot. So now Dave Heath has got to put the pressure on Roger Measor at the front, who will be looking to go into that final with maximum scores. Dave Heath has been scoring consistently this afternoon. Advantage he made and allowed Roger Measor to come back at him. Now Gary Moon comes back through on the inside as Ben Heath made yet another mistake on that bottom bend. Richard Jenner now getting in on the action as he closes up from fourth place. Roger Measor gets a checkered flag this time as they come to the line, and Roger Measor hangs on to it. Gary Moon gets second, Ben Heath gets third, and Richard Jenner in fourth. Looks to be a terrific start once again from Matt Fumarola. John Halsey has gone there with him as well. Myles Simmons has gone off into the centre green. He's got problems. But John Halsey chasing Matt Fumarola for that lead. Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson lead as they go down the back straight. Gary Jackson, in fact, at the back of the field at the moment. So that really has put the cat amongst the pigeons, as I was half expecting to happen. That all the points now are completely up in the air because Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson were on 26 points coming into this final. If you add their 7 to it, if they manage to stay in front, that of course will give them 33 points. Now what will happen if you add 5 to John Halsey's? That will give him 32 points. So at the moment, I've got to say I think that Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson could win this British Masters by winning the final. Now I'm going to have to try and work this one out a bit more closely, but let's enjoy the racing for the moment because John Halsey, I think, knows he's got to win this final. He's chasing hard as he goes down the back straight, looking for a way through. Can he get through on the inside of Matt Fumarola? Ivor Matthews goes round the outside of both of them. What has he coming off that bottom turn? John Halsey has got to the front. Matt Fumarola has now got to deal with Ivor Matthews. He's on his sidecar wheel on the outside and looking for a way through. But John Halsey and Jason Gurney could have done enough if they won this final. They go down the back straight and get into the bottom turn. And as they come round to the checkered flag, this could be enough for John Halsey and Jason Gurney to win it by my calculation. They know they've done it. Ivor Matthews, I think, got second. Matt Fumarola in third. Myles Simmons, tremendous to see those guys out there in the final. And Gary Jackson, a long way down. We've got to add all the points together, decide who it was.
Well, thanks Tony, and quickly looking over your shoulder at that list of riders to the Ace of Aces, a tremendous lineup as always, as we come to expect for that meeting, but that's something to look forward to. Doesn't seem right, does it? It's only a month away. Goodness me, we're getting to the end of this season already. But let's concentrate on what's happening today because we move into the second ride for the sidecars, and leading overall at the moment, number 7, Ken Lane on 30 points. Equals second, Neville Penfold and Russelling, and look who we've got in this one. Ken Lane and Russelling. Ken Lane on the inside, Russelling on the outside, and look at the speed that Ken Lane gains going up that first straight. Into the first bend he goes in front of Russelling, or is he? Russelling tries to come through on the inside of it. Did Ken Lane overtake that? Ken Lane then in second place. Russelling must know that he really did need to beat Ken Lane in this race, so he'll be pulling out all the stops. Watch them go up that back straight. Ken Lane has been very, very quick up that back straight. Russelling knows that Ken is quicker. Look at Ken Lane go through. Will he overshoot that corner again? Russelling comes back through on the inside of him. Tremendous cycle. Russelling is sitting in second place overall, equal with Neville Penfold. Ken Lane is the event leader so far. Watch him go out that back straight. Will he make the same mistake again, or will he take it a bit more cagey going into that top corner? He slows down this time, follows Russelling in. Will he look for Russelling to go wide going out of this bend? He now comes through on the inside. That's exactly what he does. He slows down going into that bottom bend. You can see that he's shut the door on Russelling. He's making Russell do the work now as Ken Lane forces his way up that back straight.
turns the acceleration on as he goes into that top bend for the last time. It's going to be the checkered flag this time. This is the important race for Ken Lane. He knows he's got to do it over the top of Russelling. And he's done it. He comes over and takes his second win of the afternoon. Russelling and Collier, it's a great scrap in second place. Wilson in third, Steve Smith in fourth. But really all the action right at the front. A tremendous race between those two crews. As they pulled them up to the start line, you can see there's Kenny Hamill and John Richards with no power on. They've asked the starter to hold everybody up while they get it restarted. Quickly get the machinery going. So as they come towards the line, this is the last of the qualifying heat. They get underway, and Duncan Solis has missed the start again. So he's right up the top of the point scoring chart. Richard Thomas has got to the front on that. Third, Kenny Hamill and John Richards, but Paul Johnson comes through. Paul Johnson goes through into third place. So Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodward with the lead at the moment. Line on that bottom bend. It's very quick, but it's a long way round. Mark Edwards is trying the outside now. He's looking for an outside line. So he's realised no gas being left on the inside line. Drives hard round this bottom bend. It's the last lap flag for them this time as they come round. Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodward could be finding a way into the final with a win here as they go round that top bend. Switch to the inside and it's going to be close to the line, but Richard Thomas does it. Mark Edwards in second, Kenny Hamill in third. Well, that really was a brilliant ride for Richard Thomas and